As the Ottomans expanded into Europe during the 14th century, they faced many obstacles and hurdles from various Christian factions in the region. One of these factions were the Dejanović family of Serbia, one of the many Serbian factions to form after the collapse of the Serbian Empire. The founder of this house was Dejan Dejanović, who was the voivoda during the reign of King Dušan IV. This skilled military man's rise to power was fast and swift. Dejan had married the king's sister Theodora back in 1347, which made him a major player in the Serbian court, while at the same time increasing his personal relationship with the king. Being the brother-in-law to the king gave Dejan much needed prestige since he was not from the established Serbian nobility during this time. Dejan was a respected member of the Serbian court due to being involved in the many conquests of King Dušan, which brought Serbia into its golden age. However, the golden age would not last due to when King Dušan died in 1355. Dušan's successor was his son, King Uros V, who was only 19, and he lacked the political skills of his father, which made it easier for the Serbian nobility to influence the young ruler. In order to establish his power over his realm, King Uros V gave Dejan the title of despot and granted him to administer Eastern Macedonia under his name. Alongside with Jovan Oliver, another former voivoda and despot, the pair successfully maintained the integrity of the Serbian state until Oliver died in 1356 and Dejan dying in 1365. After losing both of his most loyal allies, King Uros V would be forced to make an influential noble at court, Vukašin Mijanović, the co-king of Serbia, alongside with him, due to him not having enough power to rule the Serbian state by himself. Dejan's daughter and two sons would continue the legacy of the family after their father's death. Dejan's daughter would be married off to Đurađ I of Zeta sometime during the 1370s, and Dejan's two young sons, Jovan and Constantine, were left to rule their father's estates alongside their mother. Most of Dejan's holdings were taken by King Vukašin's brother, Jovan, during the aftermath of his death, as a way to gain further power for the Mijanović family. In order to keep the peace between the Dejanović and Mijanović families, King Uros V granted Dejan's eldest son, Jovan, the title of despot in order to ensure his loyalty to the crown. The two Dejanović brothers ruled with the help of their mother for the next half-decade until the death of King Vukašin and his brother Jovan during the Battle of Maritsa in 1371. Hearing of this news and rejecting King Marko, the late king's son, as co-king of Serbia, Jovan and his brother Constantine marched down south to reclaim their land that was taken from them, and they even annexed additional lands in northern Macedonia away from the Mijanović family. King Marko didn't have an army to retaliate against the Dejanović brothers due to most of his army being lost during the Battle of Maritsa against the Ottomans, so he watched on helplessly as the Dejanović brothers took back their holdings away from him. The Serbian Empire was effectively dead at this point, and Jovan and his brother Constantine started to rule on their own behalf from Macedonia. However, during the aftermath of the Battle of Maritsa, the Ottomans started to expand deep into the Balkans, which threatened Jovan's holdings in the region. Knowing that his army wasn't strong enough to withstand the Ottomans for long, Jovan submitted to Ottoman vassalage in 1373 before dying in 1378. Constantine would succeed his older brother and serve as a loyal vassal to the Ottomans throughout the 1380s and 1390s. He would even supply troops to the Ottomans during the Battle of Kosovo, which virtually ended Serbian independence to the Ottomans in 1389. The loyal Serbian lord would even partake in the Ottoman campaign against Wallachia in 1395. But he would die during the engagement, leaving his lands to be annexed by the Ottomans during the aftermath of the battle. The short-lived Dejanović family was legally extinct after the death of Constantine, But Constantine's only child, Helena, or better known as Saint Hypomene in the Eastern Orthodox community, would continue what was left of her family's legacy. Helena married Emperor Manuel II of the Byzantine Empire back in 1392 and had given birth to 8 sons and 2 daughters, of which 2 of the sons would become the last 2 Byzantine emperors in history. The Dejanović family was one of the most prominent Serbian noble families during the 14th century. Dejan's administration of the Serbian Empire gave the empire another 10 years to live after the death of King Dorsan IV, which was an impressive accomplishment on its own. But by the end of the day, after many mishaps of the Serbian Empire, even this noble family submitted to the Ottomans, thus concluding their effective rule over the realm. The talented Dejanović family faded into the history books alongside the empire that they had served. Like the video, why not drop a like and share it with a friend? Check out the previous video on this channel if you want to learn more about the fall of the Serbian Empire and King Vukašin and King Marko. Thanks so much for watching, and this has been Ege from the Ottoman History Hub, wishing to see you next time.